so coming up to 30 seconds to go. It's all about the trigger pull on the kite. Yeah, there's some kites up already up at the deep end, kites up already down here. Maybe I'll pull it up, let it flap. Okay, I think we're off. All right, yes, we're off. Sheet that bad boy in. Brand new Spinnaker sheets, little bit on the slippery side. Okay, so there it is. There is the start. Nice. All sorts of boats on the pitch. Shit, I can't see anything what's underneath me. Want to sheet the main in as well, really. Support the mast. Okay, good start though, I think. Not bad. All right, let's start cranking her up a bit. Give it some juice, see what shakes loose. Okay, I'm fancying sitting in is going to be the better mode with the kite, because the short hulls on the 450, if we start arcing it up too much, we're going to dig the nose in. All right, yeah, now we've got her humming. Nice. So we'll just see how long we can keep up with the big boys. But yeah, I think, whoa, digging in a bit there. By the way, this is a leisure boat, just like to repeat, leisure boat, not actually designed for racing, but of course, you can race anything these days. If you look at the Hobie wave circuit or the Formula wave circuit in the USA, they weren't designed as a racing boat. But do they race them? Oh yes, they do. Okay, so I think looks like a bit of wind coming through here actually. How's the mast looking? Not too much bend at the top, I hope. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of wind. We're getting quite a lot of dirty here as well, because we've got a load of boats coming over the top, but worth it for the footage? I think so. Going to switch from tiller extension to conrod. Okay, and we are cranking. Let's not dig the nose in. Gosh, yeah, she's saying to me right now, I am short, you know. And a little bit of a danger is if we get one of the bigger boats on top of us who take a gust and they need to bear away. That's going to be a fun time for everyone involved. Having to wrap the Spinnaker sheet round the hand, not my favourite thing to do, but you know, you do what you can. Right, Nacra 15 coming through to leeward. What have we got there? We've got an F18 Tornado with the brand new OS3 sails on it. Nice. Cool, it's a good day out just to be a boat spotter. Yeah, so we're going a little bit deeper. Quite keen to get out on the trapeze, but the slipperiness of everything is not really lending itself to that so much. Right, yeah, didn't manage to get away from these boys. Yeah, oh no, this is not a good place to be. All right, yeah, we're getting a bit of dirty wind from above, bit of getting snookered from below. I think we just want to get a bit of height here so we can continue with free sails for as long as possible. Yeah, quite a change in the wind there. Might grab a stick again. Right, keep an eye on the wind. Don't want to get caught out by a gust. Keep an eye out below. Yeah, we've got space. Just this Wildcat, no kite, which is a bit of a, whoa. Where are they? All right, let's keep in front. All right, yep, saw them off. Nice. All right, going back to the conrod. Whew. It's exciting. The slippery spinnaker sheet is pretty brutal. New ropes on race day. Didn't even think about that. Didn't think there was going to be so much load as well. Having to readjust my wrap so I could sail a bit straighter arm for less actual effort. Oh, just get us in front of this bad boy. Oh no, they're pushing up. All right, let's hope they just pass through, because we cannot bear away at this time. All right, they're passing through. Bit of dirty wind from above. Oh, when that dirty wind passes, we get an almighty gust, and then we have to bear away. All right, there's some Spanish guys on the Tornado. Nice, love it. God, we are amongst it. I think we're going well here. The Texel race is raced on the Texel rating system. So you may think, oh, you're getting destroyed already. Well, look at the size of the sails. Yeah, so all the boats have got a rating, which is determined by the size of the sails, whether you've got a spinnaker, whether you're foiling, whether you've got, well, what sort of boards you've got. We've got skeg hulls, so we don't get penalised there. Whether you are, the length of the boat. Now, the thing we get penalised on is the width of the boat, because this 450 is coming in at 260 wide, which is actually the same as an F18. So it does feel like a much bigger boat than it is, which could of course get one into trouble when ramming it downwind with the kite up. Be nice if someone else was steering, by the way. If you'd like to get on board right now and steer, so I can use both hands on the kite sheet, that would be great. Yeah, so what we need to do is we need to get as much distance ahead of the other single-handed boats, which is our class that we're racing against, which would be main competition, would be the Hobie 14s, while we've got the kite up. Anyone down there? Nope, we're safe. Okay, got another, what's that, a Nacra 15? Okay, we've got, whoa, just gonna say, we've got a bit of pace there, but as soon as you get a bit of pace, start digging the nose in, and off we go. Davy Jones's Dutch locker. Yeah, staying out of there, Davy. Yeah, we're getting rolled here by something much quicker, which is nice for them. Oh, it's a Nacra F16. Okay. Oh, it's the ladies team, nice. Had a chat with them yesterday on the beach for an episode of Show Us Your Cat, coming soon. In fact, I had a chat with a lot of boats yesterday on the beach. Just resting the arms for a second. Go see if I could go back to stick, see if that helps at all, being able to get second hand on the kite sheet. All right, gonna get hit by a gust pretty soon. Gonna have to bear away pretty hard. And with these new ropes, what happens is you get kind of the wax off the ropes, which then gets onto the tiller extension, and it's not a fun time. All right, come on, there we go. Okay, so yes, you may be thinking your trim is occasionally bad. Yes, it is. But with this much dirty wind, it is so on and off. And you've seen how the bow dig's in. Just trying to stop it from digging in any more than that, because we don't want to flip this little bad boy. Oh no. All right. What's beneath us? Whoa. Right, big bear away there. Glad I was holding the conrod. Oh gosh, someone's underneath us. This could be bad. It's an exploder from Scorpion. sorry, a scorpion from Exploder. Get it right. Why'd they try to pass beneath us? You know, if they pass beneath us, we're going slower. It's going to take them longer to get through our dirty shroud of dirty wind. Still more F-18s coming at us. I think we've been going a good 5 minutes now, and to still be ahead of these boats, that is good. That is what I was hoping for. Right, let's see if I can get, yes, there we go, this. Yeah, I just wanted to get deeper so that we be able to bear away when we get the gust. Whoa. Okay, gonna wrap the sheet again. It's really not a fun time, the sheet wrap. Good downwind leg to kick off. All right, I'm going to have to change my wrapping position. Maybe I can sheet with two hands for a second. Yeah, they've got over the top of us now. So we'll... I think they nearly went over. I think the 360 cam will... Oh, got quite a good shot of that. Now again, if we were on a boat which was a fast reacher, it'd be quite tempting to drop the kite and head up, but I think our reaching speed with the small mainsail only is going to be pretty limited. But I'd say this is absolutely perfect conditions for a bit of catamaran racing. I reckon it must be in the gusts getting on for 18 knots maybe. And expected to pick up more, which is good because I think we're so underpowered that it'll be nice to have a bit of juice on the one sail legs, resting the hand from the wrap. We go for a bit of clutching instead, using the little finger as a clutch. All right, the little guy is coming through. That's what we're saying. Oh. Okay, this time I'm going to pause the head cam to try to have a bit of battery left for later. I should have done that a lot sooner, actually. Got a bit carried away. Okay, so I think it has come the time to drop the kite, because I reckon we've got a nice beam reaching course to get to the corner. So this course is going to be a test. So okay, so I just dropped the kite, getting hooked on, set the trapeze a little bit high. I haven't got the on the fly adjustable trapeze, but here we are, stretching the legs. Oh yes, and the main sheet is nice and fat, so feels like I can grip it pretty well. Yeah, I think next time I come out on the trapeze, I might use the other trapeze lines, because they're set a lot longer, and I do feel remarkably high up out here. Yeah, all right. Okay, yeah, I feel like I could probably get a bit of a higher top speed if I could be a bit lower on the trapeze. So I'm going to go for this little switch. So I'm going to come in, I need to grab these other ones. Ooh. And come on, all right. There we go. All right. Going for that half trap position to get out safely. When it's a bit lower, of course, you're more likely to come unhooked. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah, because before I felt like I was sort of standing on the boat, standing upright. Whereas now, I'm sort of out and back, right off this back corner, so I can keep the power on a bit more. Don't think the speed is great, but it's a bit better. Come on, wind. Just trying to not oversheet the mainsail. Still got the traveller in the middle. And if at this time you're wondering, why didn't you bring the jib? It's because of the ratings. The jib on this, the optional jib on the 450 is so small that for 5 points on the rating, didn't really seem worth it. So I thought I'd leave it behind. All right, we've got this, what is that? Inter 18, in fact, on top of us with a kite up, who is jamming our wind a little bit. But we'll keep pushing on. Yeah, they're going pretty slow, taking all our wind. Can we get behind them? Yeah, let's do that. Oh. Go on, keep going, keep going. That's it, sheet her in. There we go, now we've got some wind. It's really a significant wind hoover having an F-18 sat on top of you when you're only carrying a small amount of sail area. We're riding with no downhaul really at the moment. In fact, if you see the downhaul, it is slack. Yeah, on paper, we're actually quicker than a Hobie 16, and I think we are going to get taken down by the Hobie 16s pretty soon, because they're all going up the shoreline, 2 sail reaching, which of course the Hobie 16 is tremendously quick at that. So we are approaching the first corner of the island, which is nice, so we'll have a change of leg, change of scenery. Yeah, I think if we'd have been trapezing with the kite up all the way down here, we would have been a bit further up, but would have been a bit on the sketchy side, I would say. Okay, going for another drop soon. Okay, yeah, that's our signal. So on the drop, I'm just gonna sheet the main out, because that's gonna stop the boat from wanting to head up, take up the slack on the retrieval, uncleat, drop it quick, don't let it go on the bow, and then all the way in, please. There we go, and feet. come on. Thank you. Got the long trapeze. Are we hooked on? Bloody hope so. Ooh, okay, and there we are. Back, approaching first corner. If we're still ahead of the Hobie 16s, I'll be happy. All right, here we go. Okay, so approaching this first turning mark, loads of boats to windward, a lot of boats ahead, looks like getting on for 100 boats ahead. But if we can just stay to windward of all these boats to windward so we don't get buried, that would of course be rather nice. All right, yes, oh no, there's one Hobie 16 in front of us. Okay, got that main pinned in. This is flipping cool. Right, still no one on top of us. I think there was a bit of a no-go area up here, but seems like nobody cares, so we'll just crack on. Yeah, a bit of downhaul would be nice now. If someone in the comments could pull on the downhaul, that would be great. Yes, still ahead, a load of F-18s. That's quite satisfying. This is a good boat, I like it. It's so fun. Waving at the crowds on the beach. Yo, how you doing? Oh, sorry, just turning the camera on. Woohoo! All right, yeah, just accidentally lost the Hobie 16 a bit while I was turning the camera on. This is quite weird with the waves coming in, and feel quite comfortable sailing this close in because we draw a lot less than the boats ahead. Getting a bit dirty off that 16. Can we get over the top of the Nacra 6.0? Maybe the small sail is secretly rather efficient for this on my own, not having to depower very much. This is great. Everyone should do this race. Although there's enough boats already, but more would be more. Oh. Okay, just gonna get into this gust and go for attack. Right, wait for this tiger up ahead. Although he's quite a long way ahead. Yeah, I think looks pretty good. Just had a little bit of a knock there as well. Okay, let's go for it. Okay. There's still no downhaul on. Okay. Because what I did was I put the downhaul on with no main sheet on. So the downhaul is getting pulled, the sail's getting pulled down by the main sheet. So it's like having no downhaul on. All right, different view. Nice. Okay, gonna get the downhaul on this next tack. So here we go, clear to go. Okay, left out a bit late because we've got to go around this green buoy between the gate, so we're just having to bear away a little bit. Not too bad though, not as bad as that boat up ahead. Still a pretty crazy reach. Yo! Wingers on the course as well. Very nice. All right. Yeah, been going upwind for a bit now, and thought this current tack is quite long, so I've decided to have a bit of cake. Because why shouldn't you? You know, what's more fun than cake when you're having a lovely time on your Nacra 450? Yummy. Okay, thinking about going for a tack. Can we make it in front of those boats? Dart 18 here as well. I think he's going to cross clear in front. Yeah. And yeah, it's just a 16 with the yellow jib. So that'd be a pretty decent tack. but I am keen on staying fairly inshore, so we just want a bit of a gust. In fact, he's been knocked. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Although there's these two F-18s up ahead, just waiting to give us some dirty wind. Yeah, in fact, they're hardly moving. I think we should go. Oh shit, hit the bottom. Yeah, there we go. They said you're going to hit the bottom, and there we did, hit the bottom. Fortunately, we got that sorted out pretty quick. Really didn't expect that, but there you go. Expect the unexpected, and a few bottom hits. Kind of fortunately, it had gone pretty light. Now I'm constantly looking around to see where we need to go. This foiling windsurfer up ahead has been quite a good pathfinder, I reckon, because he's a local. He looks really good at it, which you'd think would mean he knows where to go. So we'll go for attack in a jiffy. All right, and should we keep going? This could be the strategic, absolute flipping weapon that puts us right up again. Going in here, wind seems good, nice direction, but I don't know where we are on the map. That's the thing. Right, if we get a little knock, we'll go for the tack. Tacking's getting a bit better, by the way, as you'd hope this far along. Going for quite a dynamic, get the weight back, lift the bows. Oh, we hit the bottom there a little bit. And again, is it getting shallower? Okay, yes it is. Yeah, okay, that was a sign to, oh, yeah, we are. We're trawling a little bit here. Damn it. We were going really well. How's the depth now? We're still on the bottom. So that was like a 2-minute flipping weapon of the day for not studying the charts quite as much as I should. So let's get back underway. Here we go, hooking on. And there we are. So here we are, coming up on the next significant landmark, which is the VC turning point, which is some sort of boat. Looks like it is pretty shallow. So we hit the bottom, as you saw, and now there's a lot of the foilers, the wing foilers and windsurf foilers, who are having to walk because they came off the foils, must have hit the bottom, and now yeah, they're a little bit toasted without having enough water to get going. I think we're still doing pretty well, although I'd say we took a bit of a 2-minute hit. But look at that up ahead. That looks filthy. Who knows what is going to happen when we hit that stay tuned to find out. Yeah, I'm excited, a little bit scared, but mostly excited. It's a very exciting thing. Yeah, so looks like this bit of weather has killed the wind a bit. So I've moved to the higher up trapeze line. Yeah, and we're now just being done by the bigger boats with that much more power. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep the bows in to stop the bouncing, but this is quite an irregular chop, is bouncing a fair bit. Okay, so that's where we are right now, looking pretty bleak at the moment. Okay, yes, the wind has come back nicely, and I just had a realisation of where I am on the course. I believe over there is kind of like the ferry terminal, which is one of the main landmarks where they say the sea does mental things, like a bubbling mental place that's bubbling. Yeah, and there's the hazard of the ferry going across as well, just to up the stakes. In the fleet, yeah, unfortunately for my position of thinking maybe I was doing all right in the single-handed fleet, I've spotted a Hobie 14 not that far away, and I think on corrected time, even in a 100-minute race, I think I need to beat them by about 10 minutes. So this is going to be about a 300, I don't know, maybe 300-minute race, which means I need to beat them by half an hour, which might be a bit of a stretch, unless we can unleash the fury, because of course, in theory, should be able to pop the bag again on the final leg, which is nice. So there we go, there's the update from over here. Feeling a bit lonely. Just saw Hardy and Chris sail past in one of the brand new Inter 20s, so they must have had a shocker at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a bad hitting of the bottom with those long foils, because if we can hit the bottom with these short boys, ooh, troublesome. All right, continuing. Yeah, so there they are, Hardy and Chris on the Inter 20 that I was sailing the other day. What a great boat. Nice that they came to hang out with us. It's feeling a bit lonely there. Yo! Went past a pretty lively spectator boat. Coming to the next gate. Gonna try to ping this green buoy as quick, as tight as possible. Looks like there might be a little bit more wind up here, which is nice. Okay, what are we looking like? Yeah, we're just gonna get long trapeze. Oh, stalled the exit a little bit, quite difficult with this chop. Okay, look out for working boat traffic. Oh gosh, should have stayed on the boat. Yeah, a little bit light there. Can't just assume it's going to be as windy as it was. Any traffic. God, very exciting stuff. Yeah, so just coming across the channel here where the ferry comes out. Come on, wind. So this was definitely one of the kind of hazard points of the round, as it's called, as people call it. Did you sail the round? Okay, sailing the round. All right, so we made it across the shipping lane. That's good. Shooting a bit, hope for a bit more wind. there we go, there's the port just there, and here we are. More upwind, and then hopefully we'll get to a point fairly soon where we just bang in a tack, and then we've got a straight line of a half wind, and then last corner, bang the kite up, hit the finish, and wash it off. Okay, so yeah, it's gone pretty bleak again, but really bleak. That wasn't the ferry port, by the way, that was just a harbour. And this next stretch up here, it's really choppy, and the wind is really light, and we've run out of steam on our small boat with the small sail, and people are just sailing past us now that we've been holding off the whole time. Not gonna lie to you, it's a bit disappointing. You could also argue it's a bit inevitable when you've only got such a small sail that you're not going to have the juice when the wind goes so light. Okay, hopefully we'll have a bit more to come. Okay, yes, so now we're crossing the ferry port actually. One ferry just left, one is coming, but they're going very slowly. And as advertised, there is some weird chop down here. So just try and navigate that. I think I've sort of developed a reasonably good mode where I can keep the boat going pretty well in this light wind and point pretty high. Yeah, it's a bit distant to see probably on the GoPro, but there's a 16 up there with orange sails who does look very close to that ferry. Yeah, so you can get unlucky with the timing, whereas I think we've just managed to slot it through between the two ferries, and not having to put another tack in has really saved us a load of space. And yeah, we've gained loads. That Hobie 14 that I was talking about before, he went quite a long way on the starboard tack out to sea. I've been keeping an eye on him. I came onto the port tack to get out of the horrible chop, and I've just managed to keep sailing high enough with what seems to be pretty good speed to not have to tack again. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how we've navigated that last section. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've gone round the corner. I'm kind of a little bit confused of where we're going, but wish I'd have brought the map sticker along, but there's a lovely puffer breeze there. I wish I'd have gone on the longer trapeze line, but I thought it was going to be a bit more short-lived, but really able to open her up here. This is flipping marvellous. Oh yes, this boat is so fun. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is what we do, which is actually what I was screaming when I did this race with Coach Tim 20 years ago on a Hobie Tiger. We were banging it down here on a reach like this. Looks like it is going to be a bit short-lived though, but nice while you can get it. If I go up a bit, I might get some more. Might do that. See if we can stay in this for a bit longer. Little bit perplexed as to why this is so up and down here. So it's not like, is it something to do with these cloud formations? Put it in the comments. All right, but here we go. Let's see if we can reel in a few on this little leisure pocket rocket. It is a leisure boat, but this platform is absolutely fantastic. I'm becoming quite a fan. Yeah, a bit more wind coming. Reeling them in. Are we being reeled in? I don't think so. Where's the 14? All right, don't go staring back there for too long. Oh, he's quite a way back, yeah. All right. Yes, as you may have seen, that was the weirdest bit of wind I have experienced. Maybe, I'm not going to say ever. Okay, I won't say ever. But you may have noticed I've deployed the blue turbo system, which has proved to be very effective. There was some girls on a Nacra F16 just behind who didn't deploy, and they're now not going as fast. So I'm quite pleased that I put it up. It's really made a difference, because on this point of sail, we were not going very fast. That is for sure. Yeah, it's a bit of a poker face kind of thing, because if one of those gusts come through, I am going to be absolutely flipping cooked for power. But looking at the other boats around as a gauge, it doesn't look like that is on the cards. Okay, so yeah, everybody else has deployed now, so there's a lot of kites up behind, a lot of kites up in front. Really spooky looking bit of sky, so I really don't know what that is going to throw at us next. But I do believe that this is the final leg, which will take us back to Pal 17 Beach, where we started from. Yeah, so what's nice, what I'm happy about is I think we're still the first single-handed boat on the water. There's that sneaky Hobie 14 back there who has almost certainly got us on handicap, but now that we've got the Kite up again, maybe we can pull something back, because the handicap that we've got, the reason why it's quite hard, as well as the boat being wide, is because we've got a spinnaker. So it's really good that we're able to fly it for a decent amount of time to make it pay for what it's costing us in terms of handicap. Right, bit of weird chop. This is very strange. Yeah, just gonna heat it up a shade more. Okay, so we're now been mega light wind, downwind, kite up for quite a long time now, and now it started raining quite hard, which is certainly something that I'm not so used to. Oh, those guys are going to drive right on top of us. Oh no. Right, let's see what we can do. All right, that happens. People drive on top of you. It's part of the sport. Okay, I'd like to think that we're getting there. Okay, so for those of you who've come with me this far, I thought I owed it to you to heat things up and get out on the wire with the kite up, see what it's like. It's nice. It's pretty quick as well. Crikey, got a whistling. It's double D. I thought we'd taken a chunk out of him, but no chunks. All right, we should probably gybe out in a second. Get a little bit shallow here. Okay, get unhooked. Can we make this gybe without Down in front of the boats behind. Yeah, I think so. Let's just make sure we're organised, not in a tangle. And right, so we've really got to wait for this Dart 18 to jibe before we can go. I'm sure he's going to go pretty soon. Yeah, he's going. Right, let's go. Coming in. Let's get that juice going again. That was good. That's some good juice. God, exciting stuff. Keep it going. God. Look good for the finish line. Okay, we are getting close to the finish now. If we could see the finish line, it would be dangerous there, but not quite sure. Well, right, there's a boat with the flags on and an orange buoy. All right, I reckon we might want to put in another jibe now. Or should we just keep skating down here? Yeah, let's put in another couple of jibes. Let's finish in style. Oh, come on. Okay, I reckon that's enough. Back out on a trapeze one last time. Starboard! Ah. What a spectacle on the finish line. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right. There it is. Done and done. Well done, thanks for coming along. This has been absolutely wicked, although the light wind bits were a bit painful. But largely wicked. There was certainly some flipping moments there. Unlock it. Okay, I put the spinnaker sheet under the boat right at the end. Yeah.
Did it happen on the last day?
It was just when I dropped it.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I was too excited. That was so good. I flipping love this boat. just want to check that rudder's up. Alright, hold on a second.
Wait.
Whew. I think I was first single-handed boat. Yeah. That's so good at the end with the Spinnaker up on the trapeze.
Yeah.
It's a leisure boat though. It's definitely a leisure boat. That was fantastic, and it was great to be on this because it was like I was amongst all the real people.
Yeah, you were on like the fun sailors.
Yeah, but I was ahead of Hardy for quite until after the VC boat, and that was good. But there was some bits with no wind, with chop, before I put the sort of after the ferry boat.
Yes.
It was so choppy, with no wind, upwind.
I know, it's
Oh god, that was punishment.
that part is always choppy.
And the boat was just.
You're right.
Congrats on first place.
And look at all these Formula 18s still coming in.
Yeah.
Nacra 450.
Well, was she good?
She was great.
Yeah.
The platform is amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really
Still?
good. Yeah, it's funny, it goes so well considering it's so small.
Yeah.
Until there was no wind.
Oh yeah.
And then
No, but-
as soon as there was no wind, the Hobie 16s got past me, and a couple of Dart 18s got past.
They got a little bit more still area.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Fantastic.
Yeah.
This was the best.
Put down.
Thank you. Thank you,
Do
Bill.
it again.